Well, guys, I have quite the story to tell you today. So I didn't actually tell you guys yet, but I have gotten rabbits. This is my big boy Caesar. This is my other boy Einstein. And over here we have my mama Jojo. Now, unfortunately, this is a bit of a sad story, but also a very fascinating story. So Jojo was living in here for a long time. And about 3 or 4 weeks ago, I bred Jojo with this guy here. Well, actually, I bred her with him like 2 or so weeks ago, so they aren't his babies. They're actually his babies. Yes, there are babies, but unfortunately, they have died. Now, I'll explain why they died right now. It's actually pretty sad, but also rather, interesting. So, just yesterday or 2 days ago, I moved my mama Jojo into this cage here, actually, that was stationed right here. Now, when I came to check on her just now today, this entire enclosure here had dirt that was like 6 inches tall in the cage. And I was like, oh my goodness, where did all this dirt come from? You can see all the dirt that I've clawed out over there. I'm like, where did all this dirt come from? Well, for some reason, I didn't know where the dirt came from. But as it so happens, she had dug a burrow out of her cage. You can see that hole right there. And that came over to here. And you can see right here is a big hole. If you go that way in the hole, it comes out over here where she had dug. So this is a dirt ground. I expected her to do a bit of scratching. This guy does a bit of scratching. And Caesar was previously in this cage and he did a bit of scratching. But I didn't actually expect her to dig a whole burrow. But she dug herself a whole big burrow that went down across over here. And here's where the sad part comes in. Sometime between when she dug her burrow and actually gave birth to her babies down here, her burrow collapsed on her while she was over here in the main part of her compartment. So when I came over to check on her today, it didn't look like there was a burrow because her burrow had somehow collapsed in on itself. So she was unable to get to her babies. So all the babies that she had birthed down here, unfortunately died because they got too cold and couldn't survive. This is so heartbreaking, and actually I kind of had a feeling she might have had the babies because there was a bit of blood in the main part of her compartment. But I just think it's incredibly fascinating that she dug a burrow, an actual burrow. Now, I'll show you guys the babies. If this sort of stuff really makes you sad, which, it makes me sad, but I'm used to this sort of stuff, so I can handle a lot better. If this sort of stuff makes you sad, then now would be your time to look away. But actually, how I found the burrow that she had dug was that I accidentally stepped on it. So when I was standing here trying to fix her thing, I accidentally stepped over here with my foot and caved it in, and that's where I found her burrow under here, where she has all of her babies. And unfortunately, I was not the one that killed them. I know this because I pulled them out, and there were some of them that didn't get, that the debris didn't land on. So I know that some of them would have been alive, and I can feel that all of their bodies are very cold to the touch. So I know that it wasn't me who killed them, which makes me feel so much better, because if I would have stepped on this and killed them, it would have made me feel terrible. But anyway, there were about 5 babies that I found. Here's one of them. Here's the second, who is all black, or would have been black, I believe. Here's a third. I checked them all for a few minutes to see if any of them had any signs of life, but I think they're just too cold. I think, like I said, her den collapsed and she couldn't get to her babies to keep them warm or feed them. There's 4, and there was a 5th down here. Here he is. This is really unfortunate. This would have been my first breeding experience with rabbits. So it was very sad for me to have this happen. I feel really bad for the mother, Jojo. She did a good job. She dug this beautiful den. Like I'm very fascinated by this den that she dug. I've looked around. I haven't found any more babies, but she pulled out all of her belly fur to make this nest, and then it collapsed on her and she was unable to make it to her babies. This is very, very, very cool, and I think it's quite incredible that she dug this whole den out. But yeah, unfortunately, these are the babies here. If you were wondering, this is what baby rabbits look like. They are born blind. They have no fur, and they don't for a little while. But unfortunately, a string of unfortunate events took place, which took the life of these young ones. But what's actually kind of cool is, if you look there, they're born with some toenails. This is incredibly sad. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bury these baby rabbits, and then I am going to. You can see some of the blood remnants from when she gave birth. I will breed her again. I might give her like a week to just calm down and get over this, because it occurred to me once I found the babies in the nest that she actually didn't know what had happened to her babies, because she hadn't seen them since her den would have collapsed on her. So I actually just took her out, and that's why she's been walking around the barn, is because I took her out and put her near her babies so she could see what happened, and that she didn't spend too long looking for them. Now that she's seen them and she knows what's happened to them, hopefully she'll be able to not keep looking. She might even be looking for them right now. I don't know. I feel really bad. It's unfortunate, it really is. But I mean, she dug an incredibly amazing burrow. Like, that's a good 3 or 4 feet long that she dug. And then she had her baby successfully. But unfortunately, her den collapsed on her, and she was unable to make it to her babies. So anyway, this is a very, very bizarre thing to have happened. Like, I mean, it is very, very sad. But anyway, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to fill this burrow in, and then, like I said, I'm going to put her back, and I won't breed her maybe for like a week, just to let her, calm down and get over what's happened. But I'm pretty sure the father of these little ones was this guy, Einstein, because I didn't mean to breed her with him, but I think that is what actually happened. But anyway. Yeah, here are the little ones. It is really sad, but we'll just try again, I guess. Like I said, I'll go bury these little ones now. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Jojo, don't worry. Don't worry, it's gonna be okay.